When does inspiration become theft? Now that AI images are everywhere, this question matters more than ever. The answer may just be in the 1953 case of Bauman v. Fussell. This case has it all: Cuban roosters, British courtrooms, and some very passionate arguments about shadows. Let me paint you a picture. Well, actually, that's exactly what got everyone into trouble here. Imagine this. It's 1951. A talented photographer named Bauman is in Cuba, and he captures something spectacular: two fighting cocks locked in mortal combat. This isn't your average barnyard snapshot. These birds are frozen in what the court would later call a very striking attitude. One rooster with outspread wings and thrusting claws, leaping to the attack, while the other raises its wings, bracing himself to meet the assault. The photo gets published in Picture Post magazine, and that's where our story really begins. Enter Mr. Fussell, an artist. He sees this photo, and in what might be the most honest admission in copyright history, he literally cuts it out and pins it to his studio wall. Now, most of us have Pinterest boards, but Fussell had actual pins. Old school. Here's where it gets spicy, and I'm not just talking about the Cuban setting. Fussell paints his own version. Same birds, same positions, but he goes full artistic. Gone are Bauman's realistic shadows and sunlight. Instead, a red fiery background where, and I quote, "the left-hand cock has almost dissolved in flame." It's like he took a nature documentary and turned it into heavy metal album art. In September 1952, the painting goes up for sale in Cork Street galleries. Bauman sees it and basically goes, "Hold up, those are my birds." He takes the case to Westminster County Court. The key question? Whether Fussell had reproduced a substantial part of Bauman's photograph. Now, you might think this is straightforward. Same bird positions, case closed, right? Wrong. This is where copyright law becomes more complicated than explaining NFTs to your grandmother. The county court judge, Judge Dale, looks at both works and declares the effect is entirely different from the photograph. He says Fussell hasn't copied it, but has made a new work of art of his own. Bauman appeals, obviously. He's not letting this fly. The Court of Appeal becomes a masterclass in artistic interpretation. Lord Justice Somervell makes this fascinating point. Imagine a photographer takes a picture of a procession or a foundation stone ceremony. The arrangement isn't really their work. Someone else organized the procession. So if a painter uses that photo to get the positions right, is that really stealing the photographer's creative effort? He puts fighting cocks somewhere betwixt and between, closer to the procession than to, say, a photographer who arranges objects to create an artistic composition. But wait, Lord Justice Romer disagrees. In a beautifully written dissent, he argues that Bauman's skill was in capturing that exact moment. These birds could have been in hundreds of different positions during their fight. He even asks, could any artist just trace bird outlines from wildlife photographers and call it their own art? The majority, though, focuses on what Somervell calls the feeling and artistic character of the work. Bauman's photo showed documentary realism, Cuban sunlight, shadows, authentic colors. Fussell's painting, pure artistic expression, blood and fury in bright red, birds dissolving in flame. Expert witnesses were called. We've got the arts director of the Arts Council, a professor from the Royal College of Art, a Slade school teacher. They all essentially say similar positions, totally different vibes. The final verdict? Appeal dismissed, 2-1. Fussell keeps his painting. Bauman keeps his photograph. And copyright law gets a little more interpretive. So, what's the takeaway here? Well, according to this case, there's a difference between copying and being inspired. It's not just about what you take, but how you transform it. Think about it in modern terms. It's like someone taking a news photo and turning it into a meme. Same source, completely different energy. Though I should note, copyright law has evolved significantly since 1978, so don't go painting anyone's Instagram posts just yet. Lord Justice Burkitt summed it up perfectly when he noted that Fussell has used the plaintiff's work as an inspiration, that he has not copied it, but has made a new work of art of his own. The irony? If Fussell had just photographed Bauman's photograph, he'd definitely have lost. But by painting it with his own artistic interpretation, adding that fiery background, changing the whole mood from documentary to dramatic, he created something new enough to escape liability. And that's how two fighting cocks in Cuba became a landmark case in British copyright law. Who says legal history isn't exciting? Until next time, thanks for watching, and as always, keep imagining.